Trade alert! Are the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers really about to pull off a major deal involving a star pass rusher? This potential blockbuster is already sending shockwaves across the National Football League, with fans debating whether it's a genius move or a risky gamble. On one hand, adding an elite pass rusher could transform Buffalo's defense into one of the most dominant units in the league. On the other hand, giving up key assets in a trade like this could hurt depth and future flexibility. And here's the twist: the player involved might be one of the biggest defensive names in the NFL. Stay tuned as we break down whether this move is truly worth it for the Bills. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. And today we've got a potential blockbuster that could completely shake up the NFL landscape. We're talking about a massive trade rumor involving the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. And it centers around a star pass rusher. Yeah, you heard that right. This is the kind of move that doesn't just tweak a roster. It changes championship odds overnight. Now, before we jump into the details, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn on notifications because when news like this drops, you do not want to miss it. Alright, let's get into it. So here's what we know so far. Multiple insiders are hinting that discussions have taken place between the 49ers and the Bills regarding a high-impact defensive player, specifically a dominant pass rusher who could instantly elevate Buffalo's defense to elite, borderline, unstoppable territory. Now think about this for a second. The Bills have already been knocking on the door of a Super Bowl for years. Their offense is explosive, their quarterback is elite, but when it comes to those crucial playoff moments, what's been missing? Consistent pressure on opposing quarterbacks. That ability to completely take over a game defensively when it matters most. And that's exactly what this trade could fix. On the other side, the 49ers are known for building one of the most aggressive, talented defensive fronts in football, but here's the reality. They've got cap space challenges, they've got depth concerns in other areas, and sometimes you have to give up a star player to strengthen your team overall. First, financial flexibility. Star defensive players demand huge contracts, and the 49ers already have significant money tied up in key positions. Moving one elite pass rusher could free up cap space to address multiple needs, whether that's second, roster balance. Sometimes having too many resources tied into one position group can actually hurt your team. The 49ers might feel confident in their ability to develop pass rushers and rotate talent effectively. If they believe they can maintain production without that one superstar, this trade starts to make a lot more sense. But let's flip it back to Buffalo. If the Bills pull this off, we're not just talking about an upgrade, we're talking about a statement. A message to the entire league that they are all in right now. Imagine adding a dominant edge rusher to a defense that already has solid pieces. Suddenly, opposing quarterbacks are under constant pressure. Suddenly, that secondary looks better because they're not being exposed for as long. Suddenly, playoff games start swinging in Buffalo's favor. And that's where this gets really interesting. Because in today's NFL, pass rush wins championships. You can have the best offense in the world, but if you can't stop the other team when it matters most, you're not lifting that trophy. Now let's talk about the risk. Because yes, there is always risk when you're making a big trade like this. For Buffalo, the biggest concern is what they'd have to give up. We're likely talking about high draft picks, maybe a young player, maybe even multiple assets. And if the pass rusher doesn't perform at the expected level, or worse, gets injured, that could set the franchise back. There's also the contract situation. Bringing in a star pass rusher usually means committing big money long-term. That affects your ability to keep other players, build depth, and maintain flexibility in future seasons. So while this move could push Buffalo over the top, it could also create challenges down the road. Now, for San Francisco, the risk is just as real, if not bigger. You're potentially giving up one of the most valuable positions in football. Elite pass rushers are hard to find. They're game changers. They're the kind of players who can take over a playoff game with just a few snaps. If the 49ers trade that away and don't get equal value in return, or if their defense takes a noticeable step back, this could be a move that fans question for years. And let's be honest, 49ers fans expect to compete for a Super Bowl every single season. Anything that weakens that defense, even slightly, is going to be heavily scrutinized. But here's where things get even more intriguing. What if this trade isn't just about one player? What if this is part of a bigger strategy? Because windows in the NFL don't stay open forever. Now let's talk about the fan reaction, because you already know this is blowing up. Bills Mafia is fired up. Some fans are excited, seeing this as the missing piece. Others are cautious, worried about giving up too much. It's that classic debate: go all in now or build for sustained success. 49ers fans, on the other hand, are divided as well. Some trust the front office and believe in the system. Others are saying, why mess with a defense that's already one of the best in the league? And honestly, both sides have valid points. Because trades like this don't come with guarantees. They come with potential. They come with risk. And they come with the possibility of completely changing the future of both franchises. So is it a good idea? Let's break it down simply. For Buffalo, if the price is right and the player stays healthy, this could be a championship-winning move. It fills a major need and gives them the defensive edge they've been missing in big moments. For San Francisco, it depends entirely on the return. If they get strong assets and use them wisely, this could help them stay competitive long-term. But if they lose that elite pass rush presence without a solid plan, it could hurt them. At the end of the day, this is the kind of trade that defines seasons. It's bold, it's risky, and it's exactly what makes the NFL so unpredictable and exciting. Now here's the big thing to watch: timing. If this deal is real and gaining momentum, we could see something happen very soon. And if it does, expect shockwaves across the league. Because when two powerhouse teams start making moves like this, everyone else has to respond. So keep your eyes locked, because this story is far from over. Let me know in the comments, do you think the Bills should make this trade, or should they hold on to their assets and build differently? And if you're a 49ers fan, would you pull the trigger or keep your star pass rusher no matter what? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one with more breaking news and analysis. Stay tuned, because this could get crazy real fast.